PineAPPLe, yes. Welcome to PineAPPLe TV, yes. This is life. Let's be kind. Please, let's be kind. And right here to the right is the quick queen for the win. And today's topic comes from Mike Thomas.
Yes,
Mike, this is for you. And his question was, how do you keep happiness and the feeling of feeling proud about yourself going on to the next day? For example, I'm going to give you the scenario. How many times would you say that you feel great today? And you're feeling very hopeful for tomorrow, you're feeling hopeful for next week, whether it's about a relationship or the work or workouts, whatever it may be, but you're feeling good today. You go to sleep, and when you wake up, you're like, dang, where'd that feeling go, right? Where did that great feeling that I had yesterday go? It just poof, vanished. And the reason being is, and we're going to explain why that happens so much. And I'm going to throw it over here to the quicker Quinn as to why or how we can keep that proud feeling that we have going on to tomorrow. How we can take today's happiness and be able to roll it over to the next day. All right, so let's quicker Quinn take a stab at it, and here we go.
Yes, this is my stab at it. And for me, it's like today, for an example, I went on a jog. And while I was going on this jog, it gets to a point where it gets pretty intense. Like I'm feeling the burn, and I'm being pushed to my limit, and I want to stop. But I realized I could continue to keep going.
Yep.
And then I felt really, really proud, and it's been lasting this whole entire day.
Right.
So why is that? And I realized because I made space for that feeling to really fill up my cup. So for me, it's practicing self-love so you can make room to fill yourself up with the proudness. So it would really depend on how much space you made for it. Yeah.
So what you're saying is to be able to carry your happiness that you earned today, that you're feeling today, to be able to carry it on tomorrow, you have to practice your self-love.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Cool.
And the more intense it is, the more that you're making up space. You're creating space.
There it goes.
So I'm just seeing a cup, and then when you're for an example, I jogged today, and so as I'm doing this, I'm releasing a lot of negativity. I'm releasing whatever it is that's
burning off the bad vibes.
Burning it off, and I'm just visualizing this cup being boiled, and there's mist and it's evaporating, and then you're filling it up with the proud feeling that you get from completing the self-love.
So what I'm getting is, because it took me a while to actually be able to visualize what you were saying.
The cup.
So if you have a cup, right? And I like to see the way I see it is when you have a cup and it's full, that is all the bad vibes, that is all the anxiety.
Yes, it could be
that is
all things, but
exactly.
but when you burning it, it's burning off the bad vibes.
Right? And when you exercise or when you're practicing your self-love, it evaporates those bad vibes, right? It evaporates the fluids or whatever is in it to create more space.
Yes.
And the space that is there, that is that proud feeling.
Yes.
Okay, I get it.
Yes. Hopefully you get it too. But that's how I see it, because you're making space for that feeling to be there, and the more that you're filling it up with that proud feeling, you're going to be able to, that's going to sustain you for a long time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that is...
Like my cup is full. Like I'm filling up my cup. Yeah.
Filling it up with space for good vibes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I like that.
That's my go at it, because I know that every single time when I do something, like for an example, working out, there's always a point where I'm like, wow, this is really intense and I'm sweating a lot, but then afterwards I feel so proud, and that feeling does last for a really long time.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Well, I appreciate that, because think about it, it is a real loaded question.
Yes.
How do you take your happiness from today and roll it on to the next day? How do you take that proud feeling that you have today and roll it into tomorrow?
Yeah.
And I mentioned to Mike, who brought up this question, it is a simple answer and it is a simple process, but to actually practice it is very, very challenging and very difficult. And it all starts with, take happiness, for example, right? A lot of us can get that feeling right away. Can get happiness now, happiness now, whether it's seeing somebody that you love, seeing somebody that you haven't seen in a while, that happiness feeling comes. But see, that came instant gratification.
Yeah, very fast.
See, it was very fast.
Yeah.
It was very fast. See, the happiness that I'm suggesting, it's delayed gratification, which lasts longer. You see, to be able to distinguish the two, that is where we need to figure out. Being able to distinguish what is instant gratification for us and what is delayed gratification. Because instant gratification goes poof. Delayed gratification lingers. You see, that instant gratification that we have today can disappear overnight. But the delayed gratification that we earned can linger on to the next day. And it's the same thing with feeling proud about yourself. See, when we are proud of ourselves, we put in work. We put in sweat equity into something to be able to feel great about ourselves. Whether it's accomplishing something, whether it's figuring out a problem or figuring out a strategy for money making, whatever it may have been, or figuring out something for your kids, or figuring out that peace in your relationship, that romantic relationship that you have, and figuring it out to make the other person feel great, that is delayed gratification. That feeling lingers. See, that is the first step. See, it's simple, but not easy to distinguish. And it starts with the awareness. See, to be able to take that feeling and roll it on to the next day, this is where I'm gonna explain how it is super simple for everybody. So to be able to carry it on to the next day, it takes practice. It really takes practice. And I'm not talking about practice today, skip a day, skip another day, and then do it on the fourth day. I'm talking about you gotta do it and need to do it every single day. Because the question is, what do you need to do every single day? Every single day to make yourself feel proud of you so you can earn it to build on that delayed gratification, which is your happiness. So for example, I'm gonna throw out 5 different scenarios. And this is how we're all gonna understand it. Think of that romantic date or that romantic feeling that you have with your loved one, right? Take me and Quinn, for example, or you and your husband, you and your wife, you and your girlfriend, you and your boyfriend. You had the best day ever. Think about that. You had the best time ever. When you go to sleep today, you're still gonna feel that the next day, right? Your physical self, say you did a great workout today. The next day, when you go to sleep and you wake up tomorrow morning, you're gonna still feel some of the effects from yesterday because you worked out to a certain point where it still felt the next day. That's how much you earned it, right? Take yourself mentally, for example. You were able to create a system to make money, create a new song, create a new idea, and you're excited about it. And instead of keeping it up here, you were able to jot it down. You were able to start working on it right away. See that feeling that you have, that creativeness that you're starting to be able to take from up here and be able to put it in, manifest it out here. You start to feel great and you feel hopeful and you feel proud of yourself because you know it's gonna build into something more. See, the next day you're gonna wake up with that same or the same type of feeling because you're excited that it's gonna grow. And the same thing for feeling great about yourself. Say you donated time, say you volunteered, say you did something great for a sibling that you've been beefing with for a very long time and you guys had a breakthrough, right? You did something where you made yourself feel great about being you. You did something today that benefited other people, and at the end of the day, you feel great about yourself. Feeling great about yourself spiritually and like, man, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. That same feeling will be felt the next day because you earned it. You didn't just, and it came, you actually put in effort into whatever it was that you were doing, and that's why you can feel it the next day. And this is the example, or this is the key. Just because you did it yet today the thing is, you got to do it again tomorrow. And that's where it's called practice. And you have to keep practicing daily. Not just today, not just tomorrow, the following day after that, and the following day after that. And the reason that you're able to keep feeling great and keep that feeling going, it's like money, for example. You build up enough money where you become financially independent. And at the end of that financial independence, basically means you're living off the interest and you're never touching the principal ever again. So that means you're gonna have money for the rest of your life. That's what financial independence is. Being able to have a certain amount of money, this certain amount of money making interest so you never have to touch the principal ever again. See, your happiness, you're feeling proud about yourself, it's the same exact thing. When you make money and when you work money, you do it the same way. Instead of working on it every single day, do what business owners do. They create a system, and that's what you really need. You need to become aware, you need to practice, and then you got to build your system so it can keep revolving and never stop creating that happiness or that proud feeling that you have for yourself. And that's what it really is.
Yeah.
That's what it really is. Any questions?
I love it. I love what you just said about the interest. You know,
Right.
like if you think about it, business-wise or financially wise, this is if you apply that to your emotional area or anything like that, or happiness, right? Like it'll start to compound.
Exactly.
And
the reason why I can say that is because that's where I'm at.
yes,
See, I didn't focus on money.
yeah,
I focused on here.
yeah.
I focused on family. I focused on feeling great about myself. Take for example, my fitness. See, I'm at a point where I don't have to do much to be able to maintain. See, to get to that point either takes extreme focus for a limited amount of time and you build it up to that point and then you're living off the interest, or you do it in small steps. It takes longer, but eventually you get there. See, happiness is the same way. Feeling great about you is the same way. Because along that way, when you're creating that system, like I've created it for myself, it's gonna become your perspective, it's gonna become your mindset, and just this whole idea basically gives you who you are. So when you ask the question, how do I maintain or continue my happiness from today into tomorrow? How do I take that feeling of being proud of myself into tomorrow? Simple answer, even harder to practice. And the reason being is it takes practice, it takes a system, and it takes you needing to do it every single day. Not wanting, not thinking about it, but you need to do it every single day. And for example, this is what I always ask everyone, what is something that you need every single day? What do you need to do every single day? And for me, I need to work out. If I don't work out, I'm gonna be like everybody else. I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm gonna be irritable. I'm gonna let the little things bother me. I'm gonna let people push me around. See, no. See, when you work out, you believe that you build and grow that self-confidence. You build that person who's very little on the inside, and you let them know that nobody is gonna tell you how to be, because you know how to get from point A to point B. You know what it takes to become a small person into a better person. You know how to go from where you are right now as the person you are into a great person. And that's because you practice on just being you. So with that said, anything else before we go?
Nope. You helped me refine something, so thank you very much.
Sounds good. So hopefully, Mike.
Video.
So hopefully, Mike, that answered your question. Like I mentioned, it's simple.
So good.
But it's not easy. It is simple, but not easy. To be able to take your happiness and your proud feelings from today into tomorrow, you gotta earn it today and practice tomorrow.
Yes.
You gotta earn it today, practice tomorrow.
Build it.
Practice today, practice tomorrow. Practice today, practice tomorrow, and you keep building it. Because as soon as you let one day go and you ignore yourself, you're literally chopping yourself at the ankles, chopping yourself off at the knees, and you're just saying, you know what? I'm not worth it anymore. That's what you're basically saying.
And then your actions will follow it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because your actions is the reason why you feel the way that you feel. You may think that you want to do stuff, you may think that you need to do things, but until your actions prove it to yourself, you're just going to be feeling like shit every single day. All right? So with that said, always love from us to you. Hella smiles. Please, everyone. Stay strong. Hang in there. Always love to Quinn for always showing up and giving her 2 cents. Please keep spreading your love, your laugh, and the vibes that you have, because people need it. People need your kindness. People need your love. People need who you are, because there's no examples out there. And let's keep getting it, everyone. Let's keep getting it and stay magical. Mwah.